This $5 ceramic frog is literally the best purchase I've ever made. This post was written by the frog. Just make sure you lock the doors behind you. Front and back. Somebody's prowling houses up by the college on 257th. Cops were called, but nobody's been apprehended. Why did my mom end this text with a wink? She's the prowler. In 20 years, filmmakers will be making period pieces set in the early 2000s with over-exaggerated aspects of that era, such as frosted tips, striped polos, shark teeth necklaces, and blasting Sum 41 all the time. Are you implying that the 2000s era wasn't aggressively doing all of these things? I'm reading about cowboy phrases and sayings, and like 95% of them are just solid life advice. Things a cowboy should not do. Here are some words to live by according to cowboys. Some are really good advice and all are funny cowboy sayings. Don't squat with your spurs on. Don't let your yearnings get ahead of your earnings. Don't dig for water under the outhouse. Don't go in if you don't know the way out. Don't mess with something that ain't bothering you. Never drive black cattle in the dark. Never approach a bull from the front, a horse from the rear or a fool from any direction. Never miss a good chance to shut up. Never ask how stupid someone is cause they'll turn around and show you. Like I don't know how accurate these are, but somehow they manage to be both peak shit-posting humor and genuinely helpful suggestions. If you find yourself in a hole, the first thing to do is stop digging. It's better to keep your mouth shut and look stupid than open it and prove it. If it doesn't seem to be worth the effort, it probably isn't. Just cause trouble comes visiting doesn't mean you have to offer it a place to sit down. Letting the cat out of the bag is a whole lot easier than putting it back. Nature gave us all something to fall back on, and sooner or later we all land flat on it. The quickest way to double your money is to fold it over and put it back into your pocket. Self-help books and therapy all need to make it in life, is my trusty cowboy tips. The most exciting thing about Tumblr is when you're reading an issue post and you have to guess if you're supposed to agree with it or not before getting to the last comment. Do some of you not form your own opinions? Yikes. Guess this is a bad post. Today I learned that Edward Bulwer Lytton, known as the worst writer in history, coined the phrase "the pen is mightier than the sword." He's really not that bad. People are just mean. People make fun of "it was a dark and stormy night," but you know what? He f***ing established the scene in 7 words. He didn't prattle on 430 pages about the f***ing wallpaper like some Victorians could. It was a dark and stormy night. The rain fell in torrents, except at occasional intervals, when it was checked by a violent gust of wind which swept up the streets. For it is in London that our scene lies, rattling along the housetops, and fiercely agitating the scanty flame of the lamps that struggled against the darkness. It was a dark and stormy night is an often mocked and parodied phrase considered to represent the archetypal example of a florid melodramatic style of fiction writing, also known as purple prose. It straight up tells you what's up. Here's the weather, here's the setting, God forbid you set a tone. Have you ever tried reading a Don DeLillo novel? Imagine roughly 1 million people realizing yeah we could storm a government facility and they literally would not be able to stop us all, and not using that knowledge to overthrow the government. Posts that put me on a list. Last year, we did a production of Midsummer Night's Dream in drama class, and at the last huge rehearsal, we convinced our technician to play Despacito for the fairy dance instead of the usual track. The fairies ended up T-posing around Titania, fairy queen, who started 4-night dancing. I'm sure that Shakespeare would have wanted this. Today was talking to my coworker Jess, and she said to me, I've been trying to think of how to tell my husband that I want a horse. I'm really non-confrontational and don't know how to tell him like, thanks for the flowers, but I want a horse. And I was like, well, you could always send him subliminal messages, like take pictures of horses all over the walls and stuff, and she gave me this really weird look. And I was like, I said divorce not horse. Oh my god. Classic material. If you find bones in the forest, sit a bit and listen. They are old and have some good stories to tell. Maybe they'll teach you a spell or two, or explain where the water on our planet came from. If you find bones by the ocean, run, don't look back, run. Faster, faster. The sea may love you, but there are nights where she knows neither mercy nor science, and the bones warn you only once. Boy, if you find bones, call the police. Hate this website so much. This is a piece of creative writing, in case you couldn't tell from the fact that real bones don't usually go "Hey little mama lem," whisper bony secrets in your ear, or warn you of the incoming tides like a calcified weather frog. Funny story, this scene was actually improvised. The script originally called for Pikachu to roll over onto his side and deliver a line that went, "Good battling today Ash, can we get IHOP in the morning?" But during filming, Pikachu started thinking about how his real life trainer never hugged him, and also Will Smith's dad, so he delivered this amazing performance all off the top of his head. The animator was like, "Whoa, what the F, what a brilliant moment." Just scooted my chair and felt the vibrations in my asshole. Does this mean I'm gay? That was just me sending chakra vibrations to your prostate. Don't worry about it, bro. Okay bro, vibes received. Namaste. The oppressioner never cease. What happened, cat? Im was given one treat. Only one. Cat, you will get chunky if you eat too many. Then let me be chunk. Portrait of a young woman. Janie Chien lighted. Girl with a pearl earring. Johannes Vermeer. They look like they've been having a chat about you and you just walked in. I'm on mobile. Somebody edit them into this please. You'll take too long. We don't say this often enough, though I think most of us know it, but men who can't write women are bad writers. It doesn't matter how perfect their pacing is, or how many awards they've been given by other men. If they have fundamentally misunderstood the nature of 51% of the world's population, they are bad writers, and nothing they have to say about the human condition could possibly be valuable. If a dude can do the research and tell you exactly what breed of goat his 12th century shepherd would have managed on the hills of Witherthef, then he should be able to find out if breasts swell in excitement. D. Past is nuts. Present, Spacito. Future, Mark has fallen. Pukicho, are you trying to tell us something? Just funny jokes, Gahaji. New album by Joan Bees. Zappy Juice. Google keeps on giving me these fake notifications that Joan Bees has a new album out, and each time the album name is more ridiculous than the last, and it's driving me f***ing insane. Me staring into my dumbest dog's giant sweet brown eyes as he tries to eat the hair tie off my wrist. If your head is so big, then why are you still so stupid, you big dumb boy? Huh. Look at him. There's nothing at all in this giant head. It's filled with air and love. Tell your dog I love him. Full DNA sequence of octopuses shows they're the closest things to aliens on Earth. After the first full genome sequences of octopuses, biologists have determined that the creatures are totally unlike any other animal on Earth. Their genome shows a striking level of complexity, with 33,000 protein coding genes identified, more than in a human. I knew there was something up with those smart blobby creatures. Prep, Skogirl, Goth, Eboy/Edgeril, Jock, Himbo, Jeek, Insel. Time is a flat circle. I dropped my cup of tea, and it went everywhere. Oh god, I can hear the Queen coming to my house to deport me from England already. You'll be exiled to Australia for sure. Screams loudly out of fear of the unknown. I love that horse is a website extension. I think about it constantly. And, like, nobody wants to use horse, so pretty much everything is available under it. Skyrim Point Horse is available. The possibilities are simply endless. Gary, I realize it's your first day, but we do have a dress code. I literally can't tell who is talking to who, and I don't want to change that for a second. Baba Yaga house with fishnets on the legs. Oh, work bitch. Things you can say in response to literally anything when you have nothing else to say, as the prophecy foretold. But at what cost? So let it be written. So let it be done. So, it has come to this. That's just what he/she/they wolves said. Is this why fate brought us together? And thus, I die. Just like in my dream. Be that as it may, still may it be as it may be. There is no escape from destiny. Wise words by wise men write wise deeds and wise pen. In this economy. And then the wolves came. You say amateur, as if it was a dirty word. Amateur comes from the Latin word amor, which means to love. To do things for the love of it. Mozart in the jungle. Wholesome forgot how to use acid. Wholesome went to rehab. Good for you, Wholesome.